Welcome back to Grassroots Footy. We're into the last quarter thanks to West End. Time to welcome Lisa Wright to the show as we talk about club milestones and anything else that's happening in the clubs in the Amateur Footy League. Lisa, welcome.
Hi, how are we all today?
Couldn't be better.
Very well.
Fantastic. Well, I've got a little bit to get through today. Just a few things. First of all, contact us. Now, I'm actually starting to wonder whether this email address actually works because no one sent me an email yet. So even if you just send me something to say hi, please send it to grassroots44@gmail.com, and I think the little screenshotty doobie will probably come up here in a sec. Milestones, past players, weddings, parties, anything, please send me something to say hi. Now, also at the club on Saturday night, and I'm about to stitch up one of the hosts here a bit, we were looking through the old photos at the Hope Valley Football Club and came upon a 1971 A2 runner-up photo. Now, if you take note of the little tacker, the mascot at the bottom there, you'll find that that's actually none other than our own Gary McIntosh. Macca.
No, you got it wrong, Lisa. That's not me.
I do believe it's you, and I do believe it's your good dad right above you there.
Exactly right. There's some great old Hope Valley people in that photo there. Old Fangsy Wyatt and Kevin Code. Great people that I grew up among when I was a kid.
Well, we're having our Past Players Day in the next few weeks, so we'll give you some more information on that.
Macca, that's the first photo I've seen without a goatee.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I think I got my goatee about
a year
3 weeks later. 3 weeks later.
You look a bit grumpy in that photo. You weren't too keen?
He hasn't got his goatee.
Never been keen on photos.
No.
Yet you're on TV, go figure. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Now, next of all, as we saw, I was at Portland this week and it was a really great night, a very funny night. Poor Matthew Rubery, sorry mate. And I'd really like to thank most of all Trevor Gregg for organising all the blokes to do the kick-off and the stupid questions for me. Probably wouldn't have run as smooth as it did without him, so thanks very much. Just on that as well, as they also mentioned, the Portland Football Club is obviously an amalgamation of 3 clubs back in 1997. And the Riverside Football Club is actually holding their reunion show, so funnily enough they have like about 3 different Past Players Day.
Who were the other two?
Alberton United and Athelstan. Okay, so Friday the 17th of June is a 6:30 start, so it's a bit of a dinner thing, and it's actually being held at the club. So if you want tickets, you can actually contact Shirley Brookman on 84475717, amongst other players as well. So don't miss this Rivies night to remember, it says on the flyer. Now, just also a reminder for any old Brahma Lodge players that they're actually having their Past Players Day this Saturday as well from 12:15. So get on down there. It'll be a fantastic day because they're playing us, so it'll be a really good game. And finally, a few milestones, all from Woody South Football Club. So congratulations to Rama Ahmad, Alex Coombe and Brad Eagle, who are all playing 50 games this week. Last week, Adam Johnson played his 100th, and this week, Jeremy Elvin plays his 200th. So congratulations to those guys.
Well done to all those players. Let's get on to it. Divi 7, Mitchell Park in 5th spot, Sacred Heart in 4th at Mitchell Park Oval. Mac?
No, go for the home team. I think Mitcham.
Yeah, Mitchell Park beaten by Gullies last week after keeping up 3 quarters and unfortunately fell away in the last. They'll probably need to give that extra 20 minutes though this week if they're going to get over the Shockers, and the Shockers had a shocker last week. Cameron Carroll's actually only kept 3 goals, so sort of a derby of sorts because they're sort of pretty close together, but I don't think Shock will lose 2 in a row. All
right, Modbury, they're in 9th spot. Mawson Lakes are in 3rd. It's at Modbury's Sports Reserve. So what do you think, Lisa? Yeah,
I was speaking to Jeff Riddle today and he said, we won, but even though we won, they just look really flat all day by their own admission. So look, Modbury will be coming back fresh from the bye, but unfortunately they haven't won a game yet, and I don't think there'll be much of a match for the Mozzies.
Yeah, up at Modbury it might be a little bit tougher than what Mawson thinks, so they want to make sure that they're on their game for this one.
All right, this will be the match of the round. Tea Tree Gully in 2nd spot, Ingle Vale in 1st at Pataringa Oval. Only 1 loss to both teams, Macca.
Yeah, look, it's played at Pataringa Oval. I think I'll go for the Gullies.
I'll go for the Gullies too. I mean, they're sitting, or Ingle Vale just sitting on top just by percent. I think it's about 3% at the moment. So, and they pulled off one of the upsets of the competition last week when they beat Sacred Heart. So they'll be pumped up from that, obviously. But it's actually good to see Gullies, a few old fellas, I'll say old fellas, because I think they've actually pushed 40. former association medalist Peter Uncle won an association medal a couple of years ago. I'll still pick up Gully just due to home ground advantage.
All right, Athelstan in 6th spot, North Pines in 7th. They're at Max Amber Sportsfield.
Yeah, this will be a pretty close game, but it's played at the Raggies Oval, and I think Athelstan will win this one.
Oh no, the Spiders gave Mawson Lakes, as I said, a shake last week, but didn't quite get the jockeys. Probably not the jockeys either. I hope not.
I'm going to have a drink.
And Athelstan just snuck in a 5-goal win over Flinders Uni, which is probably the lowest, I guess, winning margin from a club, unfortunately, against the Crabs. But look, they'd want to step it up a gear to get over the line this week, and North Pines are actually looking to consolidate a Final 4 spot. So I go the Spiders.
All right, Flinders Uni have got the bye in Divi 6. Houghton Districts, they're in 9th spot. Trinity Old Scholars in 3rd at Houghton Memorial Oval.
Well, I'd love to see Houghton win for young Rexy Hunt, who's an old Rexy Hunt now. But I actually will go for Houghton. I think because it's a home game, I think we'll go with the Districts.
I don't know. They're playing Trinity, who is, I think, sitting 2nd or 3rd or something like that. So, yeah. And even Trinity had a few missing last week, but still look pretty handy. So, the 2 Zorich boys played very well, and their full forward, I think his name is Cotter, he kicked 6th. Unfortunately, sorry Rexy, and I know he probably has gone grey over the last couple of weeks, but Trinity will still win.
All right, Kenilworth, they're in 1st spot. They're up against Colonel Light Gardens in 7th at St Mary's Park.
Look, Kenilworth, I think. Big ground, St Mary's Oval. Huge ground. But I'll go with Kenilworth.
Yeah, can't say it's one of my favourite ovals to run around on. But look, Kenilworth obviously are playing very, very good football. And unfortunately, Colonel Light Gardens, as you were saying before, the difference between best and worst is a big gap. So Tim Evans from Colonel Light Gardens, although playing some fairly good footy at the moment, but Kenilworth will still win, I think. All
right, if you go to Mifflin Reserve, you're going to see Centrals United in 4th spot up against Adelaide Uni in 8th.
Yeah, Units want to make up for their shock loss to Henley last week. So Henley got their first win of the season, and Uni will actually need to win just to actually even stay in touch with the 5. So I've got to back the Units though, because they've just got too many class players for Uni to shut down.
No, I'm going to tip Uni. I haven't heard from Johnny Kernan, so if you listen to Johnny Kernan, I would love to hear from you at some stage.
All right, Glenunga in 2nd spot. They're up against Ingle Farm in 6th. At Webb Oval.
Yeah, Glenunga probably to take this one. The Farmers probably relied just on a few too many players, whereas Glenunga have probably got contributors all over the field for the full 4 quarters. So Tremaine has been outstanding for Ingle Farm, but I think Glenunga will still win.
Payne's got the Farmers playing a pretty good brand of footy, and I think they might win another game.
All right, got Henley in 10th spot, Blackfriars in 5th spot at Henley Memorial Oval.
Yeah, this will be the challenge between the 2 former Hope Valleyers. So Blackfriars coach Dean Anderson, who's our old Magoo's coach, who went undefeated a couple of years ago, and Daryl Pearce, not your mate, but Daryl Pearce, who was also a former Hope Valley player, now coaching the Henley or C grade or Div 6 side. Look, on current form, you'd say Henley, only because they'd be pumped up from having their first win of the season. But Henley's strength depends on injuries, obviously, from other grades. So given that, I'd probably still think Blackfriars.
Yeah, no, I'll tip Henley. I think Henley will win this game.
All right, let's have a look at Divi 5. Adelaide Lutheran, they're in 8th spot. Rosewater in 4th spot at South Parklands.
Now, you were saying that there were some sort of blowouts over the weekend. In Div 5 last week, the biggest winning margin was 19 points. I think with 3 games decided by about a kick or so. So, yes, very, very close Div 5. But yeah, Adelaide Luthies. Look, Luthies were gallant against West Croydon, who again won last week. They only lost by 7 points. Rosewater actually lost to North Haven by 19 points after surrendering a 4-goal lead. Look, they're looking to consolidate their spot in the 5 as well. But Luthies actually showed that their best is obviously right up there with the rest of us. So it's Bulldogs versus Bulldogs. So let's see who comes out the better Bulldogs on the day.
I'll be going for Rosewater in this game.
All right, match of the round. West Croydon are in 1st spot. They're up against North Haven in 3rd at Fork Reserve.
Absolutely. Now, the question of the week is, which Hawk will Matt Mooney stand? Will it be Sean Anderson? Will it be Nathan Bryant? Or will it be Luke Woodcock? Now, I've actually got news that Bryant may have broken his arm, so I'll get my news hounds onto that to see what I can find out. I've also heard that Jeb Stubberfield may be making his comeback this week, but then again, I've got to get them to find that out as well.
You're hearing a lot.
Yeah, well, there you go. Look,
You got any facts on your bit of paper there?
Adrian Setri ran around for North Haven last week. He'd be a mate of yours as well, wouldn't he, Macca?
He's an ex-sparring partner at Port Adelaide, and Stephen Carter went around for Port Districts as well.
There you go. So he's running around for the Magpies, and good to see Adam Lucky Hocking finally getting another A-grade game. He actually retired for a couple of years and came back, and good to see him running around there. West Croydon, I think, despite all this, will be still too good.
Yeah, I think West Croydon are travelling along nicely.
All right, Plimpton in 6th. They're up against Lockley's in 10th. Plimpton at home, Plimpton Oval.
Yeah, 2 in a row for Plimpton. So obviously the change of coaches has worked. Vander's kicked 10, so he was on fire, and I think Jimmy kicked another 5 as well. So look, I'm not sure if Lockley's actually have the defenders to hold down these guys as well. So I think I'll go for Plimpton for 3 in a row.
I think Plimpton again.
All right, Woodville South. They're in 5th spot, up against Salisbury West in 2nd spot at Rexall Oval at Ledger Reserve.
Yeah, Woody South, another win, and it's actually probably no coincidence that this might have something to do with the return of their full forward, Michael McNeil, and I think he booted 5 last week, just off the top of my head. But he'll actually have a tough task this week. He'll probably match up on DJ McIntyre, who was probably our biggest pest last week in terms of guys that played well. So it's going to be a hard one. Salisbury West are a very running, sort of chippy type of team. I'd have to go for Salisbury West just.
I'll go for Woody South. They seem to be just motoring along a little bit now, so starting to make a bit of a push into the 5.
All right, Brahma Lodge, they're in 7th spot. Hope Valley in 9th spot. It's at Brahma Lodge Oval.
Yeah, we're playing. They choose to play us on past players day, so we're going to have a tough crowd. So that's all I know. We were very unlucky. We actually had the lead with about 7 minutes to go last week, and then Dougie, our captain, kicked the point post. Didn't kick the point post. He kicked a goal and it hit the point post. Sorry, I should say. So, but look, as I suggested, if the weather was right, we were going to keep right up there with them. Brahma Lodge not as travelling as well as they could have been, and as I said, we've got some pretty good defenders to match up on Macca, etc. Now. So. I'd like to think we'd get over the line this week.
Valley's to win because they need to, and Andre Colpe coming up for 400 games down the track.
And just finally, I'd like to say hello to Mr. Payne, who was actually Kerry Payne's dad, who was a bit concerned that I called his son a hog last week, but it was all in good fun, Dad, so if I see you on Saturday, I'll buy you a beer.
All right, the final siren has sounded. That's it for Grassroots Footy for this week. Hope you enjoy this weekend's footy. Look forward to your company next week.